It's the January transfer window and I'm playing a series with Newcastle, so I've obviously gone and spent some money. Welcome back to episode 11 of our FM23 beta series with Newcastle, where today we're going to have a look at some new signings we've brought in. But before we do that, if you do enjoy today's episode, don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. It is really helpful and much appreciated. Jumping straight into the transfers we've made, then we'll have a look at the outs first. I'm pretty sure we saw this one in yesterday's video, if not the day before. Karen Rykic going over to Nice in France after spending a season and a half with us. We got £27 million for him. It's a nice sum of money. I'm more than happy with that. Let me know with all of these, of course, what you think down in the comments below. The other one heading out on loan is Matías Arezzo. He's gone down to the Championship on loan at Brighton. He'd only made a few appearances for us so far. He wasn't likely to be playing a lot of minutes. I think with Brighton, hopefully he can go there, get some playing time, come back and be a very capable, at least backup to start with, to Alexander Isak. We've also sold Sean Longstaff also to Brighton. That one was a £5.5 million deal. It's not great in the sense that he was not homegrown, club grown, but again, he never really looked like he was going to get in the squad. Although I say that, he's gone to Brighton and apparently his current ability and potential ability has gone up, because it was definitely, when I sold him, 2.5 stars of each. Nonetheless, he's one that's gone, and another one is just Nidweni. I don't know how you say that, but he's out on loan. We have, though, brought in 5 new players, the first of which is a new left-back in the form of Nuno Mendes. Obviously, over at PSG, I've used him before. I'm pretty sure I used him in my United save last year, because it was a little bit of a weird one in FM22, where he was on loan at PSG, but it didn't always activate his purchase clause. Obviously, in real life, they have. He's spent a season and a half there. He's performed fairly well, and now he's joined us at Newcastle. I'm aware that's a big fee. His value was 100 million though, so actually we've got it pretty cheap, and we of course have not paid all that up front, because why would we do that? He's under 21. He's already 3.5 stars of current ability and a Premier Division standard player, and he could improve a lot. So I think definitely a good player for the future, and kind of what we want to be building the team around. These young players that are going to be here for seasons to come. Because Arezzo also went out on loan, we did bring in Armando Broja from Chelsea just on loan. We're paying his wages. There is the option to buy him in the future. We won't be activating it. He's literally here, agreed to become over as an impact sub, and that's exactly what it'll be. Basically, if Isak isn't starting and Wilson is, then Broja can go on the bench. If Wilson and Isak are both fit, Broja isn't getting a look in. The next one, after I've just said that we're signing young players, is not a young player. 32-year-old Mahrez over from Manchester City. However, he was on the transfer list for £7 million, and over on this right-hand side was somewhere we had a little bit of an issue with. We've got Yao Mario there, we've got Toivin there. Neither of them have performed that well. Mahrez, although he's 32, at least on his technicals, is still very good. We've been playing with an inside forward, and with 16 dribbling, 16 finishing, and 20 first touch, I think he's a good player to have there. As well as the fact that he's got a worldwide reputation, so that fulfills the supporter objective and the club objective of signing high reputation players and that lovely stuff. So again, we've brought him in. He probably won't be here all that long. He's only on a 1-year contract, so to the end of next season. But I think for the moment, until some other players grow into the role, it'd be quite good. Another signing then, this time in defence, is Nikola Milenkovic. I'll say his name properly. Milenkovic, who is a centre-back who can also cover at right-back, which is good because now we've got Timber and this guy who can both cover both of those roles. It just gives us a bit more wiggle room, a bit more depth. As a centre-back, which is probably what he'd play as, I'd think he's got great heading, great marking and good tackling. His mentals are pretty decent. He's got a good reputation as well, which helps with those club objectives I've mentioned, and very good physical. So, although his star rating isn't quite as high as some other players, should be absolutely fine. And the last one we've just bought in, and when I say just bought in, there are 3 hours left of deadline day. If you have a look up here at the top of the screen, he's come in about an hour ago. It's Thomas Lemar. Once again, on the transfer list at 10.5 million. He's 28 years old. He's probably, I'd say, in his prime. Atletico Madrid, for whatever reason, didn't want him there. I mean, he's made appearances this season, albeit not a lot over the last couple of seasons, but he gives us that depth again. He can play it over on the left wing. He can cover for Palmer here in the centre of the park. He can play it as a central midfielder as well. I don't think we'd ever use any of these other roles, to be honest. If we really need him, he can play over on the right. But if you look at him, for example, in the central attacking midfielder role, again, the technicals are very, very good. I'd imagine if we have a look, he's probably actually better than Palmer, but he's also agreed to come over as a squad player, so he's literally just going to be a bit of a rotation figure. We have got a match, as we can see, against Brentford in the league. And actually, before we do that, let's just have a quick look at the schedule, because it's an interesting read, if we're honest. Since the last match on the channel, we faced Chelsea. We lost to them. I feel a little hard done by. We managed to come back into the game, and then we conceded a 94th minute free kick from Hakim Ziyech. Was not happy about that one, but then we managed to go on a tiny bit of a run. Brentford, Watford, we drew with Leeds 1-1 in the FA Cup third round, and then beat them in the Premier Division, but then we drew 0-0 in the third round of the FA Cup, the replay, and we lost on penalties. So we have crashed out of the FA Cup, which is not exactly ideal, because I would like to do something at a domestic trophy level. And then we've just beat West Brom 1-0 in a game that we utterly dominated, but once again just didn't convert those chances as much as we could have done. And today we've got Brentford, the rest of the transfer window, of which there isn't a lot, and Crystal Palace. We do probably need to offload someone as well, because we are now overspending on the wage budget. So if someone could leave, and I think at the moment that's going to probably be Yao Mario, just because of the depth we've got in those positions now, or it could be Guimaraes. But again, he still wants to leave the club like he did back in the summer transfer window. There's no one coming in for him, so it's unlikely. Our lineup today, though, is Trobin in goal, Mendes, Silva, Gomez and Timber as our back four. We've then got Guimaraes and Wilcock in midfield. Lemar starting over on the left, Palmer, Mahrez and Isaac. So a couple of debuts there today, because these guys have all joined in the last sort of 24 hours. Lemar, Mahrez and Milankovic obviously on the bench as well. All of those have joined on deadline day. So, yeah, they're getting put in the team very quickly. But nonetheless, hopefully they can do a decent job for us today. We're on a good run. Are we on a good run? I mean, it's really hard to tell, because we're on a good run in the league. But equally, as I just showed you, we did draw to Leeds in the FA Cup twice, and then lost on penalties. And I don't feel like that's a particularly good run. I love as well, because it's deadline day, all of this has gone gold or yellow, whatever colour you want to call that. Lemar here taking the free kick into Gomez, and he has put one away. So Lemar getting an assist. The first time we've seen a highlight with him, gets an assist on his debut. It's not a bad start. I think we take it. I'm not sure why he's taking the free kicks, because I haven't changed the set-piece routines at all and the set-piece takers since any of these players joined the club. So I guess every other set-piece taker must not be on the field. Either way, it was a good assist, so we'll take it. Timber here off of that throw-in now. Can we just build a bit more to the front? That one's been cut out, and Ivan Toney, who seems to be very good in FM23. I know he's... Just hit my microphone now. I know he's fairly decent in real life, but he seems very good in FM23. Definitely one, I think, to keep an eye on as this game progresses over the next few months, and see if he's always good in a save, because he could be one of those that is worth picking up. Maybe not great on star rating, but just perform in the match engine for whatever reason. Damsgaard there trying to bring the ball forward, but it's cut out quickly, and then we've given away possession again straight away. Less than ideal. Mahrez, though, has... So you say that? Mahrez? I think it's Mahrez. Guimaraes, big ball forward here to Isaac. Finds himself clear and fires a shot low into the bottom of the net. That's a really good goal as well. We're looking really good today. Sometimes we look great, sometimes we don't. It's always very difficult to know what Newcastle's going to turn up. We have games. We had a game against Crystal Palace. It'll be a while ago now. We had a game against Crystal Palace. We were flying high. Crystal Palace, 18th in the league. No reason that we shouldn't be beating them. And we really, really struggled against them. It's when you're sitting here and there's no highlights going on, but you can kind of see the shots going up and up and up for the opposition. And it's just a bit like, oh, why are we not dominating this match? There's some that we should be dominating and we just don't. And I don't know why yet. Palmer here, bearing down into the box. Can he cross it in? He can, and Isaac gets his second of the game and our third. That was a lovely run there from Palmer and a very, very easy goal for Alexander Isaac. I'm sure he will be very, very happy with that if he can just get them served to him on a silver platter, basically, for the rest of the season. I'm sure he'll be very happy with it. I think he's close to his figures from last year already, and we're only in January. So I think he's going to have a very good second season. He had a decent debut season, to be fair, in the Premier League on this series, but it could be a very good second season. Mendy's there, fulfilling his tackling duties. He's probably a bit more of an attacking defender than he is a defensive defender, but he's done all right on that occasion. Moraes has just been robbed there, and we have turned over possession back to Brentford. Although Palmer doing his best to gain it back there, going in with both feet, got the ball, but just fell to a Brentford player. And that one, we're going to cover that one and let Trubbin just grab the ball and relaunch. And can we now go on the counter? Guimaraes trying to start us off quickly all the way out to Lamar over on that left-hand side. Willock now. Palmer into Moraes. Can he score on his debut? He has put it in the back of the net, but VAR might have something to say about it. Is VAR going to let Moraes have his debut goal here for Newcastle? They are goal awarded. It's a goal on his debut for Moraes, showing why we have chose to bring him in over on that side, because he can do stuff like that. It's a lovely finish. I think that's gone through the goalkeeper's legs. I don't think I've ever seen that on Football Manager before. Is that new for this year, maybe? We can now not make the goalkeeper, because I'm all right with that. That's a lovely feature, unless it happens to you in a Champions League final, in which case it's the worst feature ever. And Palmer's just added to the goal glut as well here. Oh, what a game this is turning out to be for us. Deadline day, all of these players here showing why they should stay, or showing teams that there's 3 hours of the transfer window left and why they should be leaving. I'm not sure. Palmer's on a 10. Palmer's on a 10 rating. He scored 1 and set up 2. I mean, that is a pretty good game for him so far, isn't it? Go to the dressing room, outstretched arms. We've had lots of shots on target. I'm very happy. Go out there, do more of that. We're thinking a few minutes as well about potentially rotating some players out of the team, because even if we conceding now, all that means is we don't pay the clean sheet bonuses that I'm sure a lot of the team have. I never take a lot of notice of it. And then I'm sure if you totted it up for the year, it's a few £1,000,000 in clean sheet bonuses. Not for us, of course, because we don't tend to keep clean sheets or be very consistent. But, you know, normally, there we go. Not paying any of those clean sheet bonuses today. Josh Da Silva sorting that out, and all of those defenders walking away, their head down, facing the ground, realising they've probably just sacrificed about £16,000 by conceding a goal. Never mind, guys. We're still 5-1 up. Don't worry about it. We just encourage the team a bit. The highlight starts in Brentford's box with the ball rolling back towards their goalkeeper, and it's hoofed clear as far as Timber now, and Guimaraes looking for Palmer, who's again having a fantastic game. Guimaraes into the box. Isaac on his hat-trick, and he is going to put that one in the back of the net. Hat-trick for Alexander Isaac. And that is his 19th goal of the season. And we are 6-1 up against Brentford. Oh, it's like something's clicked today. Maybe it has. Maybe bringing in these couple of players has just kind of changed things. If you're wondering why they're playing as well, Hudson-Odoi is injured. St Maximin is also injured. We still got a few injuries plaguing the side, which is why those guys are starting today. And I'm just kind of looking, going, do we bring some other people on here? Elliot Anderson I'd quite like to bring on. And I'd quite like to... I know Palmer's having a fantastic game. let's keep him and allow him to have more fantastic games by not breaking the lad, because he's been injured recently as well. Nuno Mendes could probably come off, as could Timber. Timber's going to come off for Trippier because he's on a yellow card. And do we make another one? I guess we could just bring on Callum Wilson now. Isaac's got a hat-trick and put a 6-1 up. He can probably come off now, get a standing ovation from the crowd as he leaves the pitch in a minute, and just rest him for the next game against Crystal Palace, because he's no longer needed here. 55 minutes is going to be gone on the clock, and we're going to have made 3 substitution, because I think we could take like 6 players off now and just leave 5 on the pitch, and we'd probably still win this. We just shut up shop. Just put all of those players on the edge of the box and hope for the best. This, though, has been very easy today. I would say Brentford should feel a bit hard done by that, because you look at our XG, we're expected there to have scored 2.3 goals. We've scored 6. It's a little bit of a bloodbath, isn't it, really? They have got a free kick here, though, swung into the area, and it is in the back of the net. Trubbin is not as good a goalkeeper as Livakovic. I did say that at the start of the season when I was and ahhing about which one I should be starting. And we went with Livakovic because his shot stopping was a bit better. And this kind of thing here, it kind of shows that we probably made the right decision, because, yeah, Trubbin can be a little bit off. A little bit suspicious over on that side. Lamar's having a good game. I think we just leave him on it as well. Is there anyone else we want to bring on particularly? Milankovic could come on, make his debut. We'll take Silva off. And we'll just swap those guys around, because I'm aware that Milankovic prefers to play as a central defender. In fact, I think we've told him. No, I think I took it out of the contract. He asked if we would promise and guarantee that he'd be played as a central defender, and I refused it, because I'm also very aware I might need to use him at right back occasionally if Trippier or if Timber get injured. Then we've got a gap at right back. That's the whole point of bringing Milankovic in, is he covers us both in the centre of the defence and on the right of it. So I'm not going to guarantee that he'll only play in the centre, because then he'll get angry when we get an injury. Trubbin here, just about making a save. Brentford not quite managing to score that one. Unluckily for them. They are still trying to get back in the game, bless them. Bless their little cotton socks. You've only got about 15 minutes left, guys. If you score another one, I am just going to park the bus on the edge of the area. I will go full Jose Mourinho on you. Full Jose Mourinho. We're not even going to get to the highlight. We're just going to come back here. We're going to go full Jose Mourinho. To be fair, Anderson can probably come back here as well. And we're playing on cautious, lower tempo, all of that stuff. I'm not letting them come back into this game. I don't care. We were 6-0, 6-1 up. There's no need at this point for us to be conceding goals. Trubbin is not very good. Again, I don't think it's his fault. I genuinely think it's a beta thing. I'm hoping when we release the full game, we'll kind of see all of a sudden that goalkeepers are a bit better or something to that extent, because they're not very good at the moment. And we've just seen that game out. We've shut up shop. We got no more highlights after that, but it's absolutely fine. 6-3 win. We will take that. It puts us into 6th place behind Leicester. We have a game in hand on them, so we could go up into 5th place, and then that would put us, assuming we win the next game, only 2 points behind Manchester City, who are in 4th, which is a very, very good place to be at this point in the season. We're still getting offers for Trippier. I think Leeds are the ones who have made all of them, and Thompson, who I just don't want to sell. And then they've made an offer to loan Danny Vivian until the end of the season. That might not be a bad idea. I'm not actually sure. Let's just have a look a second. So you'd kind of have Timber. Let's just ignore Timber. Let's just put him right at the bottom. Assume he's always going to be a right back, so he's not important in this position. You've then got Silva, Nianzou, Gomez, and Milankovic who can fit there. Do we need more than 4? Honestly, probably not, and he's already annoyed about his game time, and Mendes and Timber can both cover there. So I think we probably let him go out on loan. There's nothing stupid in there, like they can buy him for a Fredo at the end of it. So yeah, let's just accept that offer. Let's just let him go out on loan. That's absolutely fine. Mahrez scores on his debut, as we can see. And we've apparently got more transfers that aren't showing up. Yao Mario, the man who I said might leave. What did we pay for Yao Mario? £14 million. And what are the offers for him at the moment? 18.25, 23.5 million there. So we've got to accept the 23.5 million. I think, I mean, it does mean that we're paying some of his wages still. We're kind of tick 3 of these guys at random, tell them to match it. We'll get rid of all of the other ones a second, and we'll see if anyone will pay 23.5 million without us paying any wages. Let's go 24 million because it's a nice round figure, and get rid of selling wage contribution, and we'll see if anyone comes in for him at that point. The thing is, I don't feel like they're going to have time to complete the deal right now. Apparently they will have time to complete the deal right now. Wow. 23.5 million. Oh, 9.3 million we paid to Porto. Yeah, that's my bad. Vivian going out on loan to Porto as well. And then Tomori. How close were we signing Tomori? Full disclosure, guys, tried to sign for Cal Tomori. They want quite a lot of money for him. Cool. That also means now that we're back under the wage budget. We've got 12 million in the transfer budget. We're not going to try and spend that because now the transfer window is closed. We've spent enough money this window. We spent 138 million just in this window, but we have got 56 million pound back. So it's all good. This is part of the fun of being with Newcastle. We can spend some big money and bring in players. I do think there's a bit of a Newcastle tax at the moment. We do get overcharged for players. I don't know if that's an FN23 thing or that's a, you've got lots of money, you can afford to pay this thing. Could be either or. But either way, we've got through deadline day, we're under the wage budget, and we've now got a match against Crystal Palace in 3 days. So let's go have a look at that one. This is the team we'll be using for that match against Crystal Palace. We've got Trubbin remaining in goal. I've just said that and then gone. Is Livakovic fit yet? Not entirely. I'm going to put him in on the subs bench because if we go like 6-0 up like we just did, I'll bring him on so he can get a bit of fitness. We've got Mendes, Milenkovic, Gomez and Timbers are back four. Torreira and Anderson in midfield today. So Maximin, Palmer, Toivin and Isaac up front. This is the joy as well of having the players like Morazin, like Thomas Lemar, etc. is they're tired and we can field almost an entire new front four if we needed to. That's including injuries to Hudson-Odoi and that sort of thing, and Yao Mario just leaving the club, blah, blah, blah. We can still almost change over our entire front four if we needed to today. Palmer could come out. We could put Anderson in there. Isaac could come out. Wilson could go in there. Broja could go on the bench. So we've got a little bit more versatility now if we need to have it. And I think they're both very good players in the form of Mraz and of Thomas Lemar as well. So no major issues there, and hopefully it means we can go have a really good second half of the season. Although, not if we're going to concede stupid goals like this when we're on top in matches. That's their first shot of the match. Their first shot of the match is just a free kick into the box. We've headed it away. No one is there to challenge straight away like they should be. And then, who is this here? Who are you? Anderson. All right, probably not the person that was going to win a jump against Odsonne Edouard, but equally should probably at least be attempting it. So I say good second half of the season. That's very much going to depend if our players want to turn up, because all of a sudden now Crystal Palace are all over us. And I made the example in the first half of this video that Crystal Palace were all over us. I just wonder, I'm just going to drop this to cautious for a minute. We need to get control back of this game before we think about going ultra attacking. We need some control back of the game because Crystal Palace should not be dominating us. It should absolutely not be dominating us. Come on, guys. Like, sort yourselves out. I don't want to have to bring the big guns on. Don't make me bring Thomas Lemar and Mraz on. Because if we're at the point now where I have to bring them on every match and I have to start every match when I've brought them in to be squad players, we're going to have an issue. I mean, we won't have it that much of an issue. It'll be all right, but it'll be a bit annoying. Timber over to Gomez then. Big ball forward here for Toivin to run onto. He has got hold of it. Cut it into Palmer. Palmer with a shot there, but it flies over the crossbar into the crowd. Knocks out a child behind the goal, but doesn't hit the back of the net, which is what we want it to be doing. And now Crystal Palace once again on the attack, into the box, Terraria there managing to come back and make a tackle, but Crystal Palace still getting a shot off, and Mendes has just put that one out now for a corner. And we're going to need to seriously in a second think about making some changes, possibly going back to attacking rather than, so we went positive to cautious. That isn't really helping here. If anything, it's now inviting more pressure on. So maybe we need to go attacking. And I think that is what we do. Palmer's looking quite tired apparently, so we'll bring on Miraz for him there. Mendy's also looking tired. Pedazra can come on for him there. Let's just freshen everyone up. Isaac tired, so Callum Wilson can come on. I think that's it for the moment. We'll give a team talk to all of those lads. Pump the fist. You have ability to make the difference. I don't think I actually said that to any of them because I'm pretty sure I have to tick it. But never mind, I said it. Hopefully, they all overheard that on the touchline. Come on, guys. So really, after the last match, we're now gonna have a loss. Are we actually now gonna lose? Fire the team up. We're going very attacking. Something, guys. I think we've got one more substitution we can make now. Who do we bring on? Willock? Because he always seems to perform really well at the end of games. I know that might look like a bizarre substitution where you got like Guimaraes on the bench. But Guimaraes is in a huff because we didn't sell him in a transfer window because literally no one bid for him. No one wanted to buy him. But, you know, it's our fault, not his fault. Wilson has come on, though, and put one in the back of the net. That is good. That is what we needed there. Do we just stay very attacking now, though? Do we try and do it? Do we try and go and grab that second goal and those 3 points? Or do we settle for 1 point here? I say settle for 1 point. Obviously, if we stay very attacking, the risk is we don't get 1 point. We get no points by conceding a goal. But at the moment, that 1 point, we're in 7th. Kind of need those 3 points to stay in this. So I'm staying very attacking. I'm going to encourage the team. I'm going to hope that are very attacking, they're very good, our attacking players. Hopefully, they can go and get something here. Wilson, don't know what he's doing out all the way over there, but he is all the way out on the left. Milankovic now just sorting his feet out to Pedazra. Please, dear Lord, don't give away possession, doing stupid stuff in defence. Into Wilson. Wilson, he's put it in the back of the net. It's going to go to VAR. It's going to go to VAR, but as far as I can see, that was onside. As far as I can see, that was onside. Oh, no. No. Oh, it wasn't onside. I thought we'd won it. It's not a cup final or anything. I'm getting really wound up there, but it feels like 2 points dropped here rather than 1 point gained by getting back in the game. And Crystal Palace just running down the clock there. We're going to get the replay of this now. Oh, I mean, I feel like if the game is blinking because the two lines are on top of each other, then it's because it was onside. Maybe not. It does mean we're still in 5th place and we are in those continental football spots that we need to be in, but we're 4 points behind everyone in here, which is a bit annoying because I'd really like to make a late run into the top 4. But if we're going to do that, we are going to need better performances than what we've come up with today, because Crystal Palace should not give us so many problems. And that's twice they've done that this season to us. Just giving us loads of problems. We've got a couple of tired players as well. Never mind. It's not the end of the world, guys. Where's the other Crystal Palace game? Just having a quick scan down. Yeah, there it is. It was a 2-2 draw in that one. And in that one, I think we went very attacking and came back late as well. So apparently, Crystal Palace, a bit of an issue for us. We have got some big games coming up as well. We've got Spurs. We've got Chelsea. We've got Chelsea, United and Arsenal, one after the others. And then we've got Liverpool and Man City right next to each other again. So we'll probably play through, I'd imagine, the rest of February, maybe a bit of March. We're probably going to get battered by some of these teams, and they're ones we've seen already this season. So maybe we come back for like Wolves and Liverpool, or Man City and Bournemouth. I'm not sure yet. We'll work it out. It depends how much I can play. If you have enjoyed today's episode, though, of course, please do drop a like down below. It is really, really helpful. Helps out the channel. And hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and all those lovely things that we ask you to do on YouTube. It does really help out. And of course, as I mentioned before, we are going to get our series come up with the release of the full game. And it's a little bit of a journeyman, go win the Champions League, non-league to legend style. It's very, very cool. It'd be great if we get some good views on that. So hit that notification bell. It doesn't cost anything, but it really helps us. Until next time though, guys, thank you very much for watching today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.